Again, all about like the ocean floor. There's like this common theme, I guess. We read about the ocean floor features the day before, and now we're talking about these three main zones that are in the ocean. And we know that readers must pay really close attention to these visuals that are provided in an informational text. We learned after completing this graphic organizer, hopefully, that sometimes we learn information just in the text. Sometimes it's information that's just in the visual, and sometimes there's information that we can see and read, and it's provided in the text and the visual. So today I'm just going to go through and briefly discuss the graphic organizer that you completed yesterday. So when we take a look, we can see that we have three different columns here. Again, talking about information from the text only, information from the visual only, and then information, that came from both. So as I was reading through this text, guys, the first thing that I saw was that right here in the text, it says the ocean has three main zones, and then it listed those zones, right? The sunlight zone, the twilight zone, and the midnight zone. And then when I looked down here at the visual, I saw that that was also represented here in this diagram, naming those three zones. So when I go to this portion of the graphic organizer, information that's included in both, that the ocean has three zones, and they are sunlight, twilight, and midnight. So naming those three zones, that was mentioned in both. Again, the text and this visual. Now, something else that I noticed as I continued reading is that I see numbers. Those kind of jumped off the page at me, right? 650 feet, from 650 feet to 3,300, and then below 3,300 feet, the midnight zone. And I saw those numbers right here. So that's another piece of information that was included in both the visual and the text. So the depth of each zone. Your responses on your graphic organizer might be a little different. Maybe you went into detail and you said, the exact numbers that were there. Just for the sake of time in this video, I'm just going to summarize that to the depth of each zone. So now what's included, I think that was all of the information that I got just from the text and the visual together as I was reading through, but now focused on information that was just in the visual. So what I noticed as I read is that it mentions right here different animals that can be found, or animal and plant life that can be found right here in these different zones. And I didn't necessarily see that here in the text. So included in the visual lists animal/plant life that can be found in each zone. So again, that was just here in this visual. Now the last section was information that was just included in the text, meaning not here in the visual. So I've looked at this pretty well. I can see that I think I've covered everything in the visual. So now I'm going to go back and look at the text. And what I remember reading is just a little bit more information about the light that extends into each of these ocean zones, and also the effect it has on plant life growth. So in the sunlight zone, I learned that the light lets plants grow here, and these plants provide food for animals. Here you will find sea mammals and schools of fish. And then I found out that in the twilight zone, there is almost no sunlight, so no plants are growing. I learned that, there's animals that are listed here, but more specifically, just in the text, I learned that these animals listed here have to wait for dead plants and animals to drift down from the sunlit zone. So now, when I think about the midnight zone, I learned that it's in complete darkness, there's very little food, the water is cold, and the water pressure is enormous. So if I were going to summarize that information, because I can't rewrite every single detail, if you did, that is okay. But what I'm going to say is that the text gives more information about plant life growth in each, in each zone, and how animals in the zones get their food. Now, it did give me a little bit of information here more about like the warmth, right? I didn't see it so much here. I didn't really see it so much here, but it did say here in this the midnight zone, that it's very cold and the water pressure is enormous. So the text also states that the midnight zone has very cold, dark water, and that the water pressure is enormous. So again, just keeping in mind that the reason that we take time to do this, boys and girls, is not just so that we can complete a graphic organizer. Our ultimate goal is that we learn a little bit more about the 3 zones that are in our ocean, right? That we learn more from this text going down, 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 meaning down, 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 further and further to the ocean floor. That is, after all, our goal in 4th grade is to read to learn, right? So now we've learned more information. Again, the purpose of that, to better help us understand and comprehend what we've just read. So again, this is just one strategy focusing on the nonfiction text features. In this example, it's this visual right here that talks about the 3 ocean zones. So today you're going to read a new text about traveling down into the Mariana Trench, which we know is the lowest, deepest point in our ocean. And so we will take a look at that text today.